What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down the best NFL Week 10 route running from this past Sunday. We're going to be looking at routes here from Tyreek Hill, CeeDee Lamb, and we're going to be looking at a route from the tight end Hunter Henry and how you guys are able to create more separation in the red zone at the top of the route and how you guys are able to change tempo on your routes. Okay, so I hope this video helps you guys out, teaches you a few things about route running and how you guys can structure these types of techniques to your own routes to take your skills to that next level. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you need to get faster, you want to get more explosive, you want to improve your power, your on-field performance, check out that very first link in the description below for our 12-week-long wide receiver gym workout plan. What it is, it's a 12-week-long schedule where we give you 3 months daily exercises in the gym, workout splits with sets and repetitions for wide receivers specifically. You'll get access to our wide receiver gym plan version 1, version 2, and version 3 to get more advanced as the months go on. So if you want 12 weeks of daily wide receiver gym workouts, check out that very first link in the description below. Let's get started. So first route is this route from Tyreek Hill. I'm sure we all saw this. It's kind of this slant out route, and he's able to create a ton of separation on this, especially in the red zone for a guy like Hill, right? So now, number one thing that we want to get across here is anytime that we see a DB who's like this, who's in zone, eyes are on the quarterback, he's trying to keep everything in front of him, and he's trying to force Tyreek Hill to the inside because he has safety help. So that's the one thing I want to get across. This DB should not have committed on this move simply because they're trying to set up the double move. Like that, like they know, the defense knows that they're going to be coming at him with they could be coming at him with the double move. So he's got safety up to the inside. He wants Tyreek Hill to go to the inside. Now, the reason why we're able to get this to work is because of how well Tyreek is able to sell this slant route and how much speed he has. Obviously, fastest guy in the NFL, but if we can't change direction fast and I can't sell a double move route and I'm kind of telegraphing where I'm going to make a break, I'm not going to get any separation against very talented DBs. Regardless of what you think about any NFL DB, they're one of the best in the world, 32 top guys in the world. So you got to make sure that we sell the route and we have the correct technique, right? So when Hill goes up into this slant route, right, obviously the speed helps, but when he goes, what's the first thing that shoots around? Eyes, right? But a DB is not supposed to be looking at the eyes. He's supposed to be looking at my torso. He's supposed to be looking at my hips, reading my body language. So we got to make sure that I not only commit my eyes, but my shoulders and my hips both commit to this slant break. Because when you're able to do that, that's what gets that DB to overcommit. He's thinking, oh shit, the ball's going, right? What so many receivers will do is they'll break to this part, and this outside shoulder and that outside hip will be drifting back towards the sideline because they're already telegraphing their break. They're not fully committed to it because they don't trust their hips. They don't trust the powerfulness or the explosiveness, I should say, of their feet to get them out of the route, right? So when he comes off here, he breaks over this thing. He has speed, eyes, pad level, and he's able to drop those hips effectively to get some space, right? And again, another thing we got to have on that break is speed. Tyreek Hill's always going to be a threat with speed no matter what. But if you're a receiver who's maybe not as fast as Tyreek Hill, because not a whole lot of receivers are, you got to make sure that you're going as hard as you can. So many receivers, what they'll do on this slant portion is they'll break right here and they take choppy steps or they slow down because they're trying to prepare for that break. You have to trust your hips at the break point. The hip drop, the butt drop, you dropping your pad level, having that level change is what ultimately gets you into a break and out of a break while you're running full speed. So he's running full speed. What does he do? Drops his hips. He drops his butt. It's a quick drop of his pad level. It's almost like you got a string attached to your chin. Somebody's pulling that string down to your knee because that's how we change direction effectively and keep a tight break. If there was a cone right there, he goes right around that cone. And the only way you make that tight break is by dropping your hips, dropping your pad level so you're in an explosive position to where you could create some energy, and that energy will help you shoot out of the break and win the race to the ball. Too many times wide receivers, what they'll do at this point right here is that they'll drop into the break and then they start to slow down. They think, oh, I got this guy. Then they start to cruise. This DB knows he got beat. He knows he got beat on this double move, so he's going to be doing whatever he can to accelerate and get back to that ball and make a play on the ball. So as a receiver, my mindset needs to be I'm selling the route, I'm being explosive, and I'm using that explosiveness to accelerate. Let's watch this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Hill bursting on this slant, dropping those hips violently so he can accelerate out and create some energy on this thing, okay? So now we're looking at this route from Hunter Henry. This is the slant route that he was able to run. Now, one of the things I also want to point out is that he built off of this route later in the game, and we don't have the clip of it because we couldn't get a good enough angle, but this is one of those things where it's like making your releases look the same, threatening a DB in a direction. That's what's going to get you separation, especially on the goal line, right? So let's watch the thing full speed. So Henry does a great job of giving him this like kind of, I don't know, like kind of shake release, I guess you could say, like kind of a four-step release, whatever you want to do, but he does a great job of working this DB off the platform. So Same thing that applies like Tyreek Hill, right? Off the line of scrimmage, he's always a deep threat, right? Bigger guy, tight end in the red zone. You're always going to be a vertical threat. You're always going to be that jump ball threat to the fade. So no matter what route it is, whether it's like you're just hooking this thing up, like you're just doing run a stop route, you're doing like a little hook over the middle, you're on a slant in this case, an out route, you got to always be selling fade. You got to always be trying to make this DB think that you are going straight to that back pylon. It is a race because his biggest nightmare down here is getting mossed, having that jump ball throw, one-on-one situation when he's in man coverage, right? So it's exactly what Henry does a great job of selling, right? So when he comes off the line of scrimmage, you see how everything about this is saying that he's going outside. He's working outside the DB's frame. He's actually stepping outside the DB's frame. He's not doing these quick little choppy steps underneath his shoulders. He's throwing his upper half into the break, his shoulders and his hips, and not to mention his eyes are all committed to the outside. That's what gets a DB to jump, fellas. If you guys are working any kind of move and you're just stepping, like you're just stepping, but your hips and your shoulders stay square, what's a DB watching? DB's watching the hips. So if I'm not moving my upper body, if I'm not moving my hips, DB will not move. Now, let's throw another thing out there as well. I would assume this is a safety. When we're on the red zone, this guy's taught not to backpedal, right? He's taught, if you're on the goal line, dude, you better stand your ground. You're not going to backpedal. So as a wide receiver, what I have to do is if I see this DB backpedaling, I know I got him. Easy money, right? But let's say he were to sit right there. Let's say this DB were to sit. Henry would have to do this move in kind of like a range, right? And what do I mean by range? I mean that he couldn't get too close to him to where he could get hands and disrupt the timing of this route. He would have to operate about like here or maybe where he's at right now, anticipating that the DB doesn't backpedal. You got to keep that range from you on the goal line to where we can really sell a route. DB's not able to get hands and screw up timing with the quarterback. Operate in range when you guys are on the goal line, but if this DB's backpedaling off, all it is just about selling vertical, working outside his platform, stepping outside of his frame, not outside of my frame, stepping outside of his frame to get him to jump to the outside. And then again, my mindset, just like Hill's in that, I get the DB off the platform, let's accelerate. Let's go win the race to the ball. A lot of guys can get separation, but not a lot of guys can keep separation. We have to keep separation and accelerate back over that middle. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job working him off that platform, threatening him on that fade, and then accelerating out to make this slant catch over the middle. Okay, so now we're looking at this router from CeeDee Lamb, right? He's highlighted here right in the slot 2 times. And we're just going to talk about a tempo change and what that can do for your route, right? So he's going to be kind of running this like, I would say like almost like a kind of corner route right here, almost like a rounded corner route, like kind of like a flag route, I would say, or maybe like a sail. So when he comes off of here, the main thing is that when you have a DB, this is something that you'd want to work like as the game went on. You wouldn't want to come out of the gate with this type of a move. But I would say that this is something that you would use is when a DB's starting to get your tempo. When you're maybe not getting as much speed, he's starting to get your speed down. He's starting to match your routes. He's starting to kind of run the routes for you. When you change up tempo like this, that can get that DB's feet to stop and really get him to sit on a route. Or maybe you've used a tempo change on a shorter route in the past, right? So when he comes off of here, Lamb does a great job bursting off full speed, and then he gives this little skip. And you see what that does to the DB. A DB is not just going to run off when you change up tempo, right? And that's why we put such an emphasis, like if I'm running like, again, like let's say I got off-man coverage and I got to run a post route. That's why we put such an emphasis of you not slowing down before you hit that post break, because the DB is going to slow down, right? But now we can use that to our advantage at times. You got to use this wisely. You got to use this on the correct routes. We can't be using this when it's like cover 0 and the quarterback's getting 7-man pressure, because I'm not out of the route fast enough. You got to make sure we know when to use this type of thing. But when he uses this kind of like skip release right here, or not skip release, but kind of skip move throughout the route, all it serves to do is get that DB's feet to stop. And when we get his feet to stop, when we're in close and I could get maybe about a step or two of separation, that's wide open, especially when you got a quarterback like Dak who could put the ball on you. So make sure, fellas, when you guys are using that tempo change, we use it when that DB is starting to get my speed. He's starting to understand what I'm doing. And then I use the tempo change to get his feet to stop. He's trying to sit on a route. And then I accelerate. I go from 0, or I go from 100, 0, back to 100 again. It's a great job by CeeDee Lamb working that route. Let's watch the thing again, full speed one more time. Great job being patient with the skip, accelerating up, and getting that 2 steps of separation, which is all we need in the red zone to get some space. All right, guys, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We'll get back to you as soon as I can. Always appreciate the feedback. Always appreciate the things you guys have to say. And again, fellas, we have a 12-week wide receiver gym workout plan on our website. Check out that very first link below. It's 12 weeks of daily workout splits with sets, repetitions, rest periods. We include rest days and conditioning days in this 3-month long plan. Very first link below. I'll see you guys next time.